All right, well, our resident ray of sunshine, Mark Ogden, has been very busy reflecting on the World Cup, and he came up with...
Hold on, I've got to tell you this.
What?
Our producer, Pete. Pete used to do this to me, and I hated every minute of it. Give me the worst. I hate this.
Well, this is Mark Ogden.
Why would you give...
Well,
let's get the
Mark
worst.
Ogden.
Well, the
so
good news
he's doing
is...
a most disappointing 11 of the World Cup, and this is it, boys.
Well, you've got to talk... The good news is, Stevie, you can get to talk about it.
You can talk about it now. There's a best one, too. Don't worry.
Well, that's fine, but
Mark Ogden picked this one, obviously led by Neymar there in that one.
Well,
Neymar only played for 20 seconds and scored a
why.
goal.
Exactly.
So how's he the worst?
Well, overall, he was saying he's there. It is there. Christian Pulisic is on it. Bruno Fernandes, Florian Wirtz, Scott McTominay, Mark Ogden. Come on, Valverde, Nicol,
Christian
Van
Pulisic,
Dijk, Gay,
you know,
Muslera.
is this Christian Pulisic has had enough pile on from some of these weak Americans because the guy they built him up as the greatest thing since sliced bread, and he was injured.
Yeah.
And okay, he didn't play very well in the last game. I think it's a bit harsh on O'Reilly. Neymar shouldn't even have been in the Neymar shouldn't have been in the Brazil squad.
How's Gay in this?
I thought Gay and O'Reilly were decent.
But
Gay's a bit tough, isn't he?
Yeah. For me,
I'd have had it in goal for that team.
Nope.
Manuel Neuer.
Oh, fair.
Brought back, having said his retirement was set in stone, 40 years old. Just never looked at it at all, I didn't think, in the whole tournament. I know Muslera was pretty bad as well, but Neuer, I think that probably rocked the German camp a little bit as well, because Baumann was set to be the #1 goalkeeper. He was turfed out, 2 or 3 weeks before the tournament. That wasn't, I don't think, a good look or a good feel for Germany going in.
We can sum up the team, Ian, is that Julian Nagelsmann is at least the manager of this team. Because and you know that. I've been going on like that for 7 months.
He just pipped Thomas Tuchel.
Stevie was saying it should be Thomas Tuchel.
He just pipped Thomas Tuchel.
But listen, Thomas Tuchel made the best result England had since '66.
Hey, by the way, McTominay.
But for me, in terms of, can I just say, Stevie?
Sure.
Just based on sport and the expectations I had going into the World Cup, I think Bruno Fernandes is the biggest disappointment for me. And don't come with this thing that there was Ronaldo's fault, because Ronaldo can have a lot of faults, but Bruno Fernandes can still play a good football game. And I was very disappointed because I follow him very closely, as we all have, at Manchester United. He came from a record-breaking record with assists and so on. But Bruno Fernandes, for me, was maybe one of the most biggest disappointment at this World Cup, because I so much hope that he will glance on that pitch in the USA.
McTominay shouldn't be in it either.
Thank you.
McTominay's a guy McTominay's a guy who you want in the final third. That's where he does his business. And you're playing in a team that doesn't know how to get to the final third. So how can he be in this team?
Augie.
I tell you who else could have been the manager. I tell you who else could have been the manager of this, and he's a bit of a myth, I think. Bielsa.
Oh, Marcelo Bielsa, yeah. Ooh, all right, well,
good point.
Let's finish with the negativity, shall we? And Mark Ogden also did a best 11 of the World Cup. And Jan, it is led by your boy up front, the big Viking, Erling Haaland. Also has the likes of Mbappe, Bellingham. Lionel Messi makes it as well. So, Vozinha, though, that's the big one. In goal as the best goalkeeper there. Forget about it, Unai Simon. It is Vozinha that makes Mark Ogden's best 11. So, Jan, what do you think of this one?
Not bad. I see he picks a goalkeeper because of his hearts and because he's so good at Instagram, Mark Ogden, that he is so impressed by that. But I like he was Cape Verde and Vozinha was fantastic thing. I think that I would have put another Spaniard at that back four. I don't think Spence should be there. I think Porro had a fantastic World Cup.
Agree with you.
And he should be in there. The rest of the team, I more or less agree on. It's an unbelievable magic that you had so many Tottenham defenders in there, and Tottenham was 17th in the Premier League last season, which is quite interesting. But I think Porro was fantastic because Yamal didn't have his best World Cup, but wow, was he intelligent enough to play around him. Yeah,
Porro was great, and I think he got left out one of the games early on, and then he came back in. So again, De La Fuentes was mixing and matching and trying to get a feel for it. What I would say, and I totally agree with Jan there, I would say about Jed Spence, he showed a lot of guts, didn't he? Because he got panned pretty harshly actually for the DR Congo game. And he got smashed from pillar to post. But yet when Tuchel asked him to come back in various positions, I thought he did a really really good job. So fair play to him, because the media, it seems, and certainly the fan base and maybe online, really went after that young man pretty harshly, but he sort of brushed it aside.
Would you switch in Alexis and Rabiot for anybody here? Would you?
Alexis didn't play
for
well.
Messi, maybe.
He had a bad final. He had a bad semi-final.
Darke says
Alexis had a bad
Alexis for
semi-final,
Messi.
but
Do you know, I thought Coney and Rabiot played well for France up until he dropped Coney for Tchouaméni for the Spain game, which I thought was a little bit. I tell you who was disappointing for me in the World Cup in terms of consistency, Dembele.
Yeah. But we did see signs of that in the season.
Yeah, but he's been, Ballon d'Or winner.
The ball for
He's been brilliant.
What about Rodri, guys? What about Rodri?
Oh, outstanding.
The golden ball. I mean, going into that World Cup, we were all saying he's not really the same player after all the injuries. He's a question mark, and he's come on and played like that. Particularly in the semi-final and final. So, winner of the golden ball. He made it his own comeback concert, I think, that World Cup.
But listen to Pep. Pep said that, didn't he? He will be top form in the World Cup. He said that, Pep Guardiola, before the World Cup. But I would put in something, boys, because Dembele, yes. Olise, he's a fantastic player, but I think that we colored by the semi-final because he didn't turn up in the semi-final. Neither did he do that for Bayern as well. Is that the only thing that we can have a bit negativity about Olise?
Yeah. I've got a question for you, by the way. It's got nothing to do with that team. So, Olise. So, I don't know if this happened to any of you boys that played. So, when you play in the wide areas and all of a sudden you're brought in the middle for a spell and you play a run of games in the middle and then you're stuck back on the wide, it doesn't sit well with you because you're involved. And Olise playing that number 10 was involved all the time. And actually, I thought he looked better as a number 10. As great as he's been all season in the wide area, I thought he looked even better in the middle. So is Elise's head going to be straight when he starts again?
What, so he's going to start wide right for Bayern?
Well, you got.
If he doesn't go to Real Madrid,
I was going to say, if it's still at Bayern.
If he starts in Bayern, Rodri, Haaland, Olise, they're all going to go to Madrid now.
I was just thinking.
But it's a good point. I can see that, Stevie, and I think that is a tough part with France, with all the great players there, to find their position. I mean, you saw Cherki as well being Selke United there for sometimes.
All right, well, as we said, that was the worst 11 and best 11 by Mark Ogden, but you might as well call him Professor Ogden because he's also giving out some World Cup grades. Argentina and England having a C, Germany and Brazil, F failure. Thomas Tuchel, Jan, he's giving him a D. Mauricio Pochettino, as well as for Gianni Infantino and Marcelo Bielsa, a resounding F.
I mean, I don't know what Augie expected the US to do.
I know.
They had one bad night, and it's not Mauricio Pochettino's fault.
No.
Although he should have been more careful with his words at the press conference. But it's not his fault that Gianni Infantino is as weak as he is, right? That was the whole Balogun. I don't want to go over this because we've all been over it. Yeah. And if you're in America, when you were here in America, and some of the pundits here that really should have known better, but clearly don't, thought this decision was okay. It was utterly embarrassing. Beyond belief. It should never. I mean, there's no player ever been sent off at a World Cup and has not missed a game. It's just never happened for obvious reasons. But actually, they played pretty well in getting to the last 16. They got outfoxed by Rudy Garcia, who left out, not a surprise, the big guy Lukaku up front. But it was maybe a little surprise he left out Doku and Kevin De Bruyne, who, by the way, came back for the quarterfinals because he wanted more pace in the side. So he got a little bit outdone there, but apart from that, that's about as far. If they had got to the quarterfinals, Stevie,
absolutely,
that'd have been a World Cup win.
Coming into the World Cup, we're all sitting going, "What are we going to get for this American team?" We didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't.
And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden, after 2-3 games, it's like, oh my goodness, this team's got an identity.
Yeah.
This team squeezes the life out of people. He actually changed, for a short period of time, the whole outlook of not just USA fans, but us as well.
Yeah.
We were sitting going, because we've sat and watched all the games over the last 12 months leading up to the World Cup.
Yeah.
We've been sitting going, Oh my goodness, this team's garbage. They can't pass it, they can't keep it. Who's going to score a goal? I mean, those are all the things we were talking about. So Pochettino absolutely made a difference, a big difference.
Yeah.
But this is a quote football populism from my good friend Mark Ogden, because he just goes into there. I mean, Argentina went to the final. I mean, that is point one. Thomas Tuchel took them the third place. That is thing. England. What did he put England down as well? Didn't he? He just want to. I mean, Mark Ogden. He's a professor. A professor don't care. A professor can stand all by his own. But he went for the easy way here, Mark. I mean, I so look forward to see him again. I'm gonna go have a go with him because he went the easy. He was on the road again. He was Willie Nelson. He was Willie Nelson. He was on the road again. I will give you. Yeah. Tuchel is bad. England is bad. Argentina is bad. No. And what Brazil there as well. Brazil is on. Was it on F?
Yes.
I mean, Brazil. Yeah. I mean, this Brazilian team was never going to win the World Cup anyway. They played Norway, by the way. So, which
you got to understand what you got to understand about.
Yeah, and I'm glad Mark Ogden isn't marking my school homework.
Yeah. I know.
He's tough. He gets to the
final.
He's
not exactly known for being a ray of sunshine anyway.
No, he would have liked you.
Is that northern?
Well, see, Mark was travelling around because he's not.
I had enough fails without that.
He's travelling around on his own around the States because he hasn't got any friends.
Yeah.
He's like Oggy on.
He took his glasses off. Get them back on.
He took his glasses off and Shaka said, "Put them back on."
He hung about with us for a few days and everybody just went off into. But he, what's the lowest mark you can get? An F?
An F. An F is a failure.
It's a Z.
Gianni Infantino.
What did Spain get? What did Spain get?
Spain, he didn't put there. He gave Spain an A apparently.
Oh, yeah,
Not an A plus.
Not an A plus apparently. Because you know, he'll always find the negative.
What did Norway get to? Norway got to the quarterfinals, Jan, didn't they?
Yeah, we did. We were happy. We were happy.
Yeah.
If it was for that wire.
All right, well, there's plenty more football.
And that VAR would be okay.
Oh, the wire, yeah. Have we got to the bottom of that yet?
Well, moving on from international football, club football is almost back. Pre-season is going on right now, and Liverpool are touring the US. They'll be going up against Sunderland. That's this Saturday on ESPN Deportes. And then Stevie and I will be back as Liverpool take on Wrexham in New York. That's the 29th. You can find that match at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN and ESPN Deportes.